Hi, welcome to Virtual CB1A. This is Miss Rena, and for this video discussion, nandito na tayo sa last na section for the chapter. We will be discussing other identities. So they are called other identities, but do not disregard these 8 identities kasing importante sila nung ibang identities na inaral natin earlier yung mga um, sum, double angle, product, at saka half angle formulas. Itong 8 na to, these 8 identities are also widely used in trigonometry. First, we have the product. So these are the product to sum formulas, and these other box is for the sum to product. Hindi ko iisa-isahin yung proof. I think I am going to show the proof for 3.37 and 3.41 lang. Okay? So for sine A cosine B, it is equal to 1/2 sine of the sum of A plus B plus the sine of A minus B. So say for example, you have an angle A and angle B, and you are after two measurements of angles. One is A minus B, and the other one is A plus B, and the other is A minus B. Yan. So here, how can we get the trigonometric function value of sine A plus B at saka sine A minus B? So for the sum, sine A plus B plus the sine of A minus B, we are going to make use of the formula that we discussed, yung sa sum of two angles. Meron tayong for the sum of two angles A and B, pwede mo siya isulat as sin, cos, cosine, and of course, follow the operation. So we have here sine A, cosine B, cosine A, sine B. But this is only for the first term, sine of A plus B, yung sa sum natin. Dito sa pangalawa, sa sine A minus B, of course, we are going to retain our operation here, the plus operation. So, plus pa rin siya. Then, for the expansion of this one, so for the difference naman, we have sine, cosine, sin, cos, cosine pa rin tayo. We have sine A, cosine B, cosine A, sine B. And the operation will be copied. So, ang operation dito ay minus. We are going to get the difference. Now, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 different terms. Dito sa apat na different na terms na to, meron tayong cosine A, sine B na positive at cosine A, sine B na negative. So, tatanggalin na natin sila dun sa expression natin. Let's continue. We have sine A, cosine B na positive at isa pang sine A, cosine B na positive din. So, overall, we have 2 sine A, cosine B. Okay? And this is all equal to sine A plus sine B. Plus sine A minus B. Now, if we only want to get the value of sine A cosine B, we have to get rid of 2. How are we going to do that? So, apply multiplication property of equality and divide both sides by 2. Doing so, you will end up with So dito, we have 1/2 sine of a plus b plus the sine of a minus b. Do not forget the grouping symbol because all of this is divided by 2. Both terms sine a plus b at saka sine a minus b. Dito sa kabila, tanggal na si 2. You will be left with sine a cosine b. So for the product to sum, product natin sine a cosine b is equal to 1/2 sine a plus b plus sine a minus b. Okay? Okay, I hope I was able to make this part clear. So, dito naman tayo sa, ay actually, wag na, itong si 3.41, since, lagi lang din naman natin susundin yung mga formula natin for sum and product of trigonometric identities. Madali nang i-prove to 3.38 to 3.44. So, hindi ko na siya papakita. I will leave it as your activity pag gusto nyo siyang i-solve. Now, let's continue to the next page. For the next page, magpo-prove na tayo ng identity using the product to sum and sum to product formulas. So, dito tayo. For page number 2, we have this problem. Meron tayong tinatawag na Morley's equation. Hindi natin siya din-discuss before, but supposedly, this should be discussed after the law of tangents. But since this is not widely used sa junior high school education at saka senior high school education, hindi ko na siya in-elaborate. But since we are in the section for trigonometric identities, ngayon na lang natin siya aralin. So, kailan natin ginagamit si Morley's equation? We use Morley's equation in place of the law of tangents. Minsan, hindi kayang sagutin ng law of tangents yung ibang triangles. Meron siya mga mababiolate na principle. Or meron siya mga unknown na hindi niya mahahanap. Sometimes, there are two unknowns. Yun. So, in place of the law of tangents, we use Morley's equation. Lalo na kapag hindi rin natin gustong gamitin si law of sines or inconvenient gamitin si law of sines at si law of cosines. So, Morley's equation states that for any triangle ABC, the difference of the two sides A minus B over the third side C is equal to sine half of the difference of A minus B over the cosine half of C. And then for the other equation, we have the sum of the two legs A plus B over C is equal to the cosine of half of the difference of the angles A and B over sine half of the angle C. Okay, so before we continue, let me paste the equations that we will be using para madali natin siyang nakikita. Okay, now we have, I think, this is all the equations that we are going to need in proving the Morley's equation. Start tayo dun sa angle na C. So, what do we know about angle C? So, angle C, since dito sa mga trigonometric identities natin, we will be using half functions and then double functions or double angles. Half angles, double angles. It is useful for us to get a connection between C and the half of C. So, si C, ang relationship niya dun sa half niya is that it is twice its half. Okay, so C is equal to 2 times 1/2 of C. Now, using the double angle formula, ito, yung isang formula natin from the double angle formula, we know that if we have twice the sine of a certain theta, take note that our theta under consideration here is 1/2 C. So, sine of 1/2 C, cosine of 1/2 C is equal to twice theta. And twice ng C natin is C. So, this is sine C. Meron na tayo ngayong value for the sine of our angle C, which is 2 sine 1/2 C cosine 1/2 C. Okay? Now, let's look at the left-hand side. We have here A minus B over C. I-reverse natin yung addition ng fraction. We can break this down into fractions, two similar fractions, A over C minus B over C. Now, i-relate natin siya sa law of sines. Ito yung law of sines natin. So, yung ratios natin, if we are going to focus on just this two, A sine A at saka C sine C, we can have the association that A over C is equal to sine A over sine C. Okay? So, we can write this as, using the trigonometric functions sine A and B. So, sine A over sine C na siya. Ito ay ito. Okay? Next. Minus. B and C naman tayo mag-focus. Ito naman. B and C. Similar lang din to nung ginawa natin dito sa A over C. The ratio will be B over C is equal to sine B over sine C. Parehas lang sila. This is sine B over sine C. Lagyan natin ng marking para hindi kayo malito. Ito ay equal dito. Okay? Okay. Now, let's continue with our solution. We can now write this as sine A minus sine B over, common naman yung denominator nila, so we are going to write here sine C. Simplify natin. Using our table for the other identities, we have sine A minus sine B, ito, equal to 2 cosine 1/2 A plus B sine 1/2 A minus B. Right? So, let's substitute. This part to this part. Gawa tayo ng underline. We have 2 cosine 1/2 of A plus B sine 1/2 A minus B. Nasusundan? Now, let's focus on sine C. Si sine C, may value na tayo kanina using the double angle formula. So, this one here ay equal dito sa sine C natin dito. Substitute natin siya. We have 2 sine 1/2 C cosine 1/2 C. Okay? Okay. Tuloy tayo sa solution. So, next part ng solution natin, since this is a triangle, meron tayong triangle A, B, C, we know that the sum of the measurement of angle A plus measurement of angle B plus the measurement of angle C is equal to 180 degrees, right? Meron tayong sum dito, A plus B. So what can we say about the measurement of C? So the measurement of A plus B plus C is equal to 180 degrees. What do we know about A and B? The measurement of A plus B is equal to 180 minus whatever it is na measurement ni C. So let's get rid of A plus B. Let's have here 2 cosine 1/2. A plus B is 180 minus C. And then as is tayo dito sa kabila, we have sine 1/2 A minus B. For the denominator, we still have 2 sine 1/2 C cosine 1/2 C. What do we notice about the numerator and denominator? May common sa kanila. Parehas silang may 2. So, tanggalin na natin si 2. Okay? Okay. Tuloy natin yung solution. This time, distribute natin si 1/2 to both of them. We have cosine of 1/2 times 180 is 90, right? 90 minus 1/2 of C. As is tayo dito, we have sine 1/2 of A minus B. For the denominator, hindi na siya kasya. O siya pagkakasyahin. Saglit lang. Pagkasyahin natin siya. Denominator, sine 1/2 C cosine 1/2 C. Now, if you still remember yung mga sine and cosine of complementary angles natin before, meron tayong property that the cosine of 90 degrees minus half C, or gawin natin siyang ganito muna, cosine 90 minus theta is equal to sine theta. So, sine theta is equal to the cosine of its complement. So, kung meron tayo ditong cosine 90 minus 1 half c, this is going to be equal to sine 1 half c. So, yung complement ni 1 half c ay equal sa cosine, ah, sine 1 half c is equal to the cosine of its complement. And its complement is 90 degrees minus 1 half c. So, ito palang dalawa, ito, at saka ito, ay equal. So, tatanggalin na natin sila. You will be left with sine 1 half a minus b all over cosine 1 half c. Okay? Okay. So, this is the proof of the first equation, yung a minus b over c is equal to sine 1 half a minus b over cosine 1 half c. And the proof for the other equation, ito, yung a plus b over c is equal to cosine 1 half a minus b over sine 1 half c, is almost similar. So, parehas lang yung approach na gagamitin natin. Okay? So, this is going to be the end of our discussion with the other identities. You can always refer to our guide. Ito, nakalagay naman lahat dito. Yung 8 other identities natin. You can always refer to them when you are solving problems in trigonometric identities. Okay? So this is the end of our chapter for trigonometric identities, and I am very excited to introduce you to our next chapter, which is the radian measure. Ang dali lang nito, promise. Mas madali to kaysa sa trigonometric identities. Thank you for listening and see you next time. Bye!